All right, guys, it's 5:30. If you would, please stand and say the pledge with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All righty. Everybody get a chance to look over the minutes of last March 18th meeting?
Did I make a motion to approve the minutes of the March 18th meeting?
I will second that.
Motion by Aaron, second by Retha, all in favor?
Aye.
I will abstain, I was not here. Claims and allowances.
I make a motion to approve the claims and allowances.
Second.
Motion by Retha, second by Aaron. All in favor? Aye. Teresa. Wanna come on up?
Yeah.
I know you're filling in for our superintendent who's feeling a little ill tonight.
So I got the, signature page for the CCMG. We went with CalCar. Their bid came in at $1,273,531.60. Milestone was $1,278,000. So about 3,000 or 5,000 different.
We need to make the motion to approve CalCar as our 2025-1 CMs.
CCMG.
student.
Make a motion to approve CalCar for 2025
And accept the bid.
and accept the bid. I need to state a dollar figure.
Yeah.
$1,273,531.60. CalCar.
I'll second that.
Motion by Aaron, second by Retha, all in favor? Aye. How many of these you need
Signatures.
signed? I know, but how many?
Copies.
What you got?
We are planning on going to 410s, April 21st.
Nice. Do we know that we don't have to make a motion on that? We just. What day was that again? April
April
21st?
21st,
21st?
right after Easter.
Equipment?
John's fixing a grade all right now.
Leaf spring?
That's all I've heard.
Okay.
They just tell me they wouldn't bought parts. They don't tell me everything. Down.
No problem. Drop some, post it right there. Well, anybody else have anything for highway while she's here?
I'll get your copies. of all this.
All right, no, thank you, Teresa.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
Teresa.
you.
Bobby Abel. SID Project Specialist. Hi,
Bobby.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Bobby.
I just came to give you an update on the land bank and what we've been doing. I made notes, but I didn't write anything formal for you guys. For those that don't know, the land bank, our goal is to create affordable housing in our communities, the communities that, participate in the land bank. And our focus is on vacant, abandoned, and deteriorated houses. Strong focus on vacant. The house has to be vacant in order for us to consider trying to acquire that property. And we then either rehab or remove the structures on the property. If they're rehabable, we look to get it ready for market to sell as a rehab home and then have hopefully contractors, it could be a private individual, it can be a contractor, come in and, place an offer on the property. And the board of directors goes through the applications and chooses whichever project they feel best meets the need of the land bank. And, we go from there. So far, we've had quite a few accomplishments. We currently own 3 properties, and today we officially accepted an offer for rehab on our first property. So we're kind of excited about that. We attended all the tax sales in all of the counties that participate, and we did, we have 5 properties that we hope to, gain access to and get returned to the tax rolls as soon as possible. We'll know that, of course, this fall. And attending tax sales in the future, we are, the one property that we acquired for rehab was through a foreclosure sale in Davies County. And looking at all foreclosure sales, we do private purchases. If somebody has a property that they no longer want to maintain and are interested, and land bank is an option for people to go to. We do have 1 donated property, looking at possibly gaining 2 more. And we have 1 county that has several properties they're looking to donate to the land bank. So we are gaining some strong traction finally. We have established a website and Facebook page for the land bank, and people can go to that and look at the properties for sale. They can, if they're looking to sell a property, can let us know through the website that they want to sell. And people can also report a property if there's a problem property that they'd like to report. It is confidential, and if it meets land bank's needs, we could potentially send out a letter inquiring about that property, see if the owners are willing to negotiate with the land bank.
How's it going here? Have you brought any property here in Martin County yet?
We have 1 we hope to follow through with this fall. And I have another I am inquiring seriously about. We've sent out multiple letters, and I think we just need to get some awareness out there that we are an available tool for counties to address some of those issues, or whether it's a private citizen or, you know, we work with everybody.
Rita, are you familiar with how we got in this? Okay.
And that's really all, and answer any questions anybody has. If you have any, that's fine. I do have some Connect With Us cards I'd like to give you, and if we could leave them at the auditor's office, if anybody's interested, reaching out.
And do you want to tell us the website, Bobby, in case somebody's watching and might want to know?
It is www.urlandbank.com. And if somebody wants to email me, it's bobby@urlandbank.com.
Okay, thank you.
I'm a little nervous.
You shouldn't be, you know all of us.
I know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby.
And if anybody has any questions, then just reach out to me.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Coming.
Bonnie, Andy, what do you got for us, guys?
We have been and are tracking some weather. Fortunately, what came through last weekend didn't impact us too severely. Looking at a lot of rain this weekend, particularly Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're predicting the river to go to 25.8 foot with the new rainfall, so the north side of the shoals and most of the roads out towards Frog Eye and everything will probably be going under. Be the first test of the new 450 bridge that it'll stay above, which is good timing since 50 is closed. Other than that, just attending meetings and, there is a all hazards mitigation planning meeting April 16th. At 1 o'clock. I sent out an email to that through, Michelle. It's important that we get good attendance because we get $28 a head for people who show up. Well, we get credited $28 a head for people who show up. Right now I have it scheduled for the EMA building, but I also have the, community building in case we get a big enough number that we need to go up there.
I'll be able to give you from 1 to 2:30. Is that,
Okay.
I think it was 1 to 2, is that
Yeah,
right?
it's 1 to 2, yeah.
Okay.
So
What day is that on?
that will be, 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is a Wednesday.
Okay.
So
You said it's only gonna be an hour
it's only supposed to be an hour, so,
compared to last time?
but that,
That was the 5 hour. meeting.
oh, yeah.
It was a marathon. That wasn't a meeting. That was more like a marathon. We
Yeah,
got a
this-
lot of stuff done that night, though. We did.
yeah, this one, we've got it scheduled out into 2 or 3 meetings. So
Oh,
there'll be a second meeting in June, which will be another 2 hours, and then a third one if necessary.
okay.
I stopped by, I was talking to the previous mayor, Vigodi, invited him, and he was gonna talk to your, I think he said your priest and invite him.
Okay.
He had some, so I told him, I said, yeah, I said, get everybody we can come. Did you send one to the narrator?
I assume he's on the
Yeah,
list
he's on
for
the
this
list,
meeting. So I got a few people I'll pick out to send direct invites to next week, just to double nudge them,
Yeah, hopefully.
or in case they did miss.
And of course, with this, all this rain, if it, besides the flooding, if it comes too much at one time, you got the headwater flooding, which could impact 450 and of course, 150 here, out of, there were prospects, so there's a possibility that, for a certain period of time, we may be pretty well marooned as far as, cause I would take out their detour, that's where they're sending people, so I mean, it could, depending, you know, if it comes hard enough, quick enough. From what I've seen, one night it's like 1 or 2 inches, another night like 1 inch, another night ½ inch or so, so it's kind of spread out, but if it happens to come all at one time, the headwater will get us before the backwater does. But usually that's just a few hours, hopefully. And of course, storms with all that, hail, damaging wind, possible tornado, you know, it's not just the flooding.
Yep. All right. Be careful.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'd also like to say on that note, anybody that if the water does come like that, washes out any road, if anybody knows of it, please call the highway department, because we don't know everything that's going on everywhere. Just leave a message, because Teresa checks the measure machine all the time, so. I mean, I know you call the sheriff, but call us also if you don't care, and just leave a message if you see anything. Culvert blown out, whatever, just give us a holler. Julie,
Nothing.
Tony,
Only thing I wanted, not so much, I just wanna thank you for supporting the Martin County Ambulance Service, for supporting the coroner's office. They've been a real big asset for us to use instead of outside services. So,
Great.
I wanna say that.
good. And our director was supposed to be here tonight with a quarterly report, but he's been swamped today and he just couldn't make it over here. He sent us a text earlier, so. David,
Michelle, I have your funding resolution.
Mhm.
Did you have that? You did that?
Yeah,
That's really all I had to present. This is in conjunction with Danielle's juvenile diversion program. This just sets up 2 separate funds for the money to be compartmentalized in the county general fund.
So you've drawn this up for us.
Just come through as one-sided.
No, it's two.
Two.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Is that okay?
Mhm.
We don't have to have those on one side?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance 2025-13. Resolution establishing the juvenile diversion program funds.
I will second that.
Motion by Aaron, second by Retha, all in favor?
Aye.
How many you need?
Just one's fine.
As you have not received the other documentation from the state.
No, not the executed grant. Danielle asked if I had. You haven't got that yet.
Any update on our insurance bridge?
The other bridges. Seems like it's progressing nicely.
There's no bridge left.
Yeah.
Just tonight.
Really cleaned it up. I mean, that's for sure.
It doesn't even look like the same spot over
All the trash is going.
What else you got, David?
Michelle sent you the public records, thing to look at, or you ought to look at that before you consider passing it, so.
Okay.
I was reading this morning that the taxation legislation in Indianapolis is, nothing's really happening on it yet, so don't really know what they're gonna do to us. So,
Where are we at on our CCMG? Have you read anything on it lately on the?
same thing.
I can tell it. I can provide an update.
You got something, okay, cause
Yeah.
I didn't get anything.
Good. Come on up.
Well, I can tell you later because it's not on the bill yet.
Oh,
But there will be some good news coming down, so.
well, we were just curious as to whether we was gonna have to really try to work to get the, wheel tax implemented or.
That's the end goal. Because they'd like to see additional funding for the CCMG. But it was gonna be as of July 1st, but now the current version of the bill reads, starting in 2028. So, but I know they're going back to a hearing on Monday. So I'll find out more then.
Good, thank you.
I was wondering, should we approach the council about the wheel tax?
It's probably not a bad idea just to start the conversation.
Yeah.
Cause I think we have to officially,
Recommend it, yes.
yes, before we can even see what they wanna do with it.
I had a little discussion with Warren the other day and told him that, it was my recommendation that the council kind of hold off doing anything on, they were talking about a change on the LIT and the edit tax. And I said, best hold off until you see what the legislature actually does before they enact anything or make any changes to make sure they don't get crossways with any new legislation, so. And I also mentioned the wheel tax aspect of it, so he told me he's been getting, reports also, so, he's aware of things.
And I think you guys are provided, a report from LTAP based on the wheel tax and the potential revenue for that.
No, I think it's something we're gonna have to have.
So David, when do you think we should approach the council?
Well, council meets 2 weeks. On the 14th, so
maybe, you know, and the legislature has another month. So
Or wait till May or?
I'd say wait till your next meeting and
Reevaluate.
see what's coming down the pike.
And the current version of the bill states, if you don't have wheel tax, you would only be eligible for a portion of CCMG. So there's that to think about.
It started out, if you didn't have a wheel tax, you weren't gonna be eligible for any.
It started out that way,
Yeah,
but
see,
then,
so,
they made it so right now the cap is 1.5 million. There was a version that said, if you didn't have wheel tax, you would only be eligible for 750,000 rather than 1.5 million. So, for example, this project you just approved, you wouldn't have been able to get that full amount.
Actually, the wheel tax money that would be brought into the county would pay for our portion of the matching on the 1.5.
Yeah, and because you guys are 75-25, there's gonna be, there's changes to the amount of match that you guys can do right now, which would be less. That's proposed at this moment. They go to hearing on the 7th. They have a deadline, I believe, by the 15th to get those in. And then after that, like he said, it would probably likely be May, before you find out. There is light at the end of the tunnel on it though.
Well, even if we talk to him in May, that's still plenty of time.
Sure.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything before I move on to Michelle? Mary?
Well, at the last meeting, I had some questions about, redevelopment and, the alliance. And, I do understand, I know the people who on the board for redevelopment, so I have information about that. And, I've also been on the website for the alliance and understand, what they do. I guess a couple of questions. The budget that you all have for the redevelopment, can you donate all or part of that to the alliance? Or can you do that? I don't know.
Redevelopment, we
I don't know.
contribute 40,000 to, it was a salary that they're not. Don't have at this moment, but.
You mean like all the TIF money that we brought in?
Mhm.
I don't know, David, could we,
I don't understand the question. I'm
she was
sorry.
wanting to know if we could donate all of our,
Do you?
no.
Okay,
No, we have that TIF money set back for projects like the redevelopment wants to do.
okay. Could you give me an example of that?
Well, we really started the redevelopment when Westgate started.
Okay,
So then we'd have a little cash flow to buy property up there for to come up. And that's where we're at. That's why our TIF money is not, what we got, 750 maybe? Something like that.
9 now,
9.
yeah.
It's just been, accumulating ever since since they started paying the property tax.
okay.
So, we've not really jumped into any too big a project yet, but that's what it's there for.
Okay.
No, we don't donate it to the Alliance though.
Oh, I didn't know, that's why I'm
Yeah.
asking. I didn't know if they ever got,
I don't believe they've ever even asked for us to donate any to them. We've just now started spending a little money out of there to different projects, one in Lagodi, one in Shoals.
right. Like I said, I had some questions about, the alliance. I've been on their website and it talks about what they do. And they're not a not-for-profit organization. But I guess I don't understand the contract that the commissioners have with the Alliance. What do they do that redevelopment can't do? Do you do the same things?
No. David? You're better with all the
After the
aspects.
last meeting, I did not do a very good job explaining the situation to Mary. I asked Jessica to put something together, explaining the alliance, its position, what it does, its funding. And I forgot to nudge Jessica to get me that answer for tonight. I talked to her this afternoon and she said that she would get it and get something, she would get it written out and get it to me to get to Mary. So, and I explained that to Mary before the meeting started tonight, so I will have that information from the Alliance in the next couple of days. But other things going on, it just got past me about reminding Jessica to get that to me, so. But I
Well,
think,
I think their website does an excellent job at explaining what they do. Is there a commissioner that sits on the Alliance board? Because the commissioners, there's funding that the commissioners provide, for the Alliance.
That's the one I said.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rita
And,
does.
yeah, I just had a first meeting, so I'm just
Okay.
kind of new, dipping my
Okay,
feet
so
in
you
there,
do.
so, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Cody was.
It was Cody in there.
I don't believe I've ever sat on that one of you. Or if I have, it's been a while back. I don't remember it.
One advantage to the Alliance, since it's a private organization, they can meet with and speak with people that are wanting to get involved in economic development and keep that information private. In dealing with redevelopment commission or commissioners or council, that information has to be public at some point or the other, so that in most private organizations, they won't discuss that type of information publicly until they're ready to roll with it. So that's probably the primary advantage of the Alliance, or one of the primary advantages of the Alliance.
What else you got, Mary?
That's all.
I know we didn't really answer that very well for you, cause
Well, again,
I don't even know how to answer it on behalf of the Alliance, really. I mean. I guess I'm not really involved that much in it, so I don't really know.
And since it was just my first meeting, I'm kind of learning about it a little more, so I can maybe
Right.
have more information also.
Yeah.
Jessica just sent out a newsletter today. It was their first one, and there's tons of information of all the current programs and, things that they're doing. That would be a good reference for her.
Let's see it here.
I just emailed it to you.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
you're welcome.
All right,
Thank you.
Michelle.
Community Corrections Director Danielle Murphy, she couldn't be here tonight, but, she sent a grant approval letter, for the commissioner to consider. It just outlines the routine annual grants they apply for, and this year there's an additional grant for probation added on. Says they have not applied for the probation funds in prior years. However, with the conversations with the judge and chief probation officer, we're going to apply for probation funds to try to assist with probation salaries and program incentives. So they would like this letter, signed by the commissioners just so they can move forward with, applying for those grants. This is a regular community corrections grant, the jail treatment, and then the new probation.
And she said she didn't know if there was any excess money there to be had for the two new programs, but we're still gonna,
Yeah, she
Apply.
was gonna try, yeah,
Yeah.
see if she could get anything.
Yeah, is there a motion? Or
Yeah.
we just sign it?
no, we need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the Martin County, Community Corrections, on behalf of the Commissioners,
Just our letter of support. Yeah.
Support letter. I will say, go ahead.
I'll second that.
I will say, I've seen a community corrections out this past week and they had a load of trash in the back of their truck. I mean, really appreciate what those guys are doing there.
That was a motion by Aaron and a second by Retha. All in favor? Aye.
Hi.
How many you need?
This one should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, and, Mettel technician was here last week. That's the company that's putting in the phone lines and the elevator, the vault and the fire, the alarm system. So they were here to put in those lines. It went okay. They have to come back this Friday, meet with the fire alarm company at the same time, just to kind of sync both systems. So, but they have to, that wasn't a, that's something that they could take care of that day, so it wasn't a big deal, but I just want to let you know that's moving forward. Eck Mundy's been working with us to, take over our backup monitoring and antivirus that ended on the 31st of March with Matrix, so I'm working through that, the last few kinks we have, computers, they couldn't get synced but it's going fairly well. Working on taxes, will be sent out, we'll send them to the printer. So that'll be in the next couple weeks. So, I know the treasurer's office has already been getting calls, so just people, they can go on and look at those on Data Pit Stock, so people have already been kind of asking about their taxes and.
Okay. So we're done with Matrix now?
Yeah, that's the 31st. Could possibly get another bill for this backup if there's any overlap. If we didn't get everybody off by the 31st, but I hope it's minimal, but yeah,
I will not be surprised if we have one more bill.
yeah, I want to mention that
Yeah,
could be coming.
yeah.
You may see it,
All right, that's great.
yeah,
Eck Monday seems to be working pretty good.
yeah,
All right.
I believe that's all I had.
Let's see who we got wants to speak.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Mary, did you have anything else?
I didn't think you would.
Arthur Payne,
Yes,
what do you got for us, buddy?
well, I want to explain to everybody what's going on in our government. We are technically at war, but it's a irregular warfare. And what it is, it's a war between the 500, well, let's say 800-year less wealth and the constitutional mindset that came about after Joan of Arc. When Joan of Arc happened, the kings and Catholic Church worked together. And as the king would call out to the people, ignore that man, he's a con man, he's trying to con you. Do not listen to him, he's a con man. We protect your crops, protect your land and take care of you. And on the other side, the Catholic Church would say, shun them. They speak blasphemy to the Holy Church. So it's about control of the minds of the masses. And we are under mind control right now. If you see the things going on, the people that are rioting are paid to do so. We are in a Roman style collapse. There is a plan. And the military is involved, and technically we are under military protection right now. There are 7 nations involved, and many more nations are signed on. So what we're fighting against the globalists, the Satanists, the child traffickers, the ones that like to rule over humanity and use us as their playthings. We have been experimented on for over 100 years. If you want to read Rockefeller, Masonic, let's see, it's a Masonic creed, and you'll find out everything you need to know in that article. Kennedy assassination, they came after us hard after the Kennedy assassination. We have only had 2, well, maybe 3, but for sure 2 presidents that have been cared about the people. And that is, of course, Nixon was played. He was trying to do the right things and got caught out because the FBI, CIA was under their control, did what they were asked to do or paid to do for the Rockefellers and Reagan. And now Trump, I know people don't like him, but what you do, you attack the person involved. A little bit about history is that we never won the Revolutionary War. We came to a compromise so commerce could continue. And in that, we have been fighting that battle ever since. The War of 1812 was about the ship's manifest, which was already established, but it became stronger for the import of slaves, which the British were in control of. And then after the Civil War, they divided the country in 2 instead of 13 colonies, each standing for the right of the individual states. And they ran on their name and not a party system per se. We had multiple parties. They introduced the Democratic Party with Jackson. And from that point on, Jackson was able to get rid of the bank, which the ruling elite controlled. And that's what we're up against now, is the banking system. That's why fluctuation in the value of our currency is taking place. We are trying to play a game with them that is it's about the information, and we're trying to build up a currency that the people will be able to use worldwide that's more equal. That's what the war of tariffs is about. Rather than using guns, it's about the leverage of money and equaling out the value of our currency that will be backed by gold once they're through.
It's 5 minutes.
It's up to you if you want to hear it.
I don't know what we're supposed to do about what you're saying.
Well, I know. Let me just give you a little bit more information here. But one of the things, if they took over control of the education system, which they did, you can take away the knowledge of Constitution. Later, you can take away the knowledge of, let's say, health, land, which is what it is, land, air, water. And the first thing that I'd say that they probably took away was the right of free labor without even realizing it. But we are fighting for that now, and we will bring it back. But what it is we can establish through the credit union a system that will finance this county and establish control over the food for the county, land for the county, clean water. And what have they done since they've taken over? They haven't polluted the land. They polluted the air, the water, our medicine. If you read Rockefeller's Masonic Creed, you'll learn a lot from that and realize that we have been experimented on and poisoned. And if you don't want to hear any more tonight, that's fine, but.
No, we better stop there for the evening.
Yeah, I realize it can be too much information to take at one time. But I assure you,
I am curious as to what the 7 countries are that are against us right now.
they're not against us. They're working with us. Against every country in the world is fighting against the ruling elite. But the mindset that the democracy, when they say they're taking our democracy, they're going against our democracy. We're so thankful for your sons and daughters that have fought for our democracy, meaning the government. Democracy is what took down Rome. But we are winning the fight. But there are gonna be some rough edges, but we're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I appreciate all of our servicemen and women.
Yeah, well, we're under the armpit of praying right now. Arm protection of armament.
All right, well, thank you, sir.
And if you
Have a
are
good day.
interested in hearing more, I will be back. It's up to you. At this point, I'll leave it up to you.
It's open door. If you feel like you wanna come back, you're more than welcome. We won't never tell you no.
How many military men were here, just out of curiosity? That's military? Thank you for your service. I will say this, the thing about military men, when it comes down to the end, they're fighting for the women and children. And what we're fighting doesn't care about the children. That's human trafficking. That's what we're fighting against. That was the first thing Trump did when he was in office, the first time. Was, let's go out here and be human trafficking.
All right, well, thank you. Anybody else? Walt,
Thank you, sir.
well,
Keeping the roads open, that's all I'm doing. Fixing them and cutting the trees out.
no. Thank you. Sorry we don't get out there. All right, anybody else have anything? No. If not,
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Retha with the motion, Aaron with the second. I will remind everybody, our next meeting will be here Tuesday, April 15th, 5:30. All in favor? All right, thanks for coming.